I 28F have been with my boyfriend 29M for almost 5 years. Our anniversary is next month. My boyfriend often travels for work, but most of his business trips are typically 3-5 days. A few weeks ago, he let me know that his work travel will be increasing for the rest of the year, including him being gone most of next month, as well as almost 2 months at the end of the year. The most time we've spent apart is 2 weeks, so I was sad to hear he'd be gone for so long, but I understand it is necessary for his job. We went out of town together this past weekend before his business trip, and he prepped his belongings so that he wouldn't have to repack before heading back out for work this morning. We got home Sunday. He flew out for work Monday at 6 a.m. We'll be gone for work most of this coming month, aside from a few small weekend trips we have together. He hasn't acted strangely at all with his belongings and has been acting completely normal in our day-to-day lives. The other morning, while he wasn't in our hotel room, I grabbed his toiletry bag that was packed in his suitcase to steal his deodorant. I prefer to use his over mine. Hey, and saw something I wasn't prepared to see. In his bag was a small white box. I was still half asleep when I grabbed the deodorant, so at the moment I didn't give it a second thought. But later on I realized what I saw and thought to myself, did I dream that, or was that actually what I thought it was? So unless this man has a whole secret life that I know nothing about, unlikely I may soon become a fiancé. I can't tell anyone about this because I don't want anyone to know that I ruined my own surprise over some deodorant. I will update if I was right. Otherwise, we'll be having a whole other conversation. LOL. Edits for context. I likely won't have any updates for a couple of weeks. He is traveling for work for the next month. We have a couple of small weekend getaways during this time, so I will likely only see him for a couple of days at a time in the next month. No, I didn't look in the box, so I am not assuming anything at this point. Comments, trick delivery 4609 Reddit, crazy coming in hot. He has a whole other life, girlfriend, and the days he isn't with you, he is with her. So let's see if she gets the ring, you do, or you both do. Hopefully that is totally a joke, and you have a beautiful life with him. OOP, I would have thought my multiple personalities would have been enough to keep him invested. Shave me, Jesus. So now the poor guy has to buy 3 rings? OP. Maybe if he has another girlfriend, then we can all share the ring, like Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. We'll just mail it back and forth. Cumberdick. Do you have the ring and the husband at the same time, or do they alternate? OOP. That's a good question. I guess the easiest option would be to have them both at the same time. Starry Night 88. Well, did you peek into the little white box? Because not to ruin it, but I definitely thought I saw a ring box once, and it turned out to be earrings. I did eventually get a ring from that same guy, and we've been married almost 20 years, but it was nowhere near when I saw said box. I didn't look inside. It didn't feel right to do that. I was tempted, though. Maybe it is a necklace, maybe it's a ring, maybe it's just a really cool rock. I wouldn't be upset at a really cool rock now that I think about it. Earrings would be out of the question since I wear gauges, so happy to hear you eventually got that ring. Almost 20 years is beautiful. Wish you lots of love and many more great memories together. Update 1 month later. Hello online friends, the long-awaited update is here. If you haven't seen my other post, here's a summary. Take the title at face value, except what I found was a small white box in my boyfriend's toiletry bag while I was looking for deodorant. A box that could have had a piece of small jewelry inside. I didn't open the box because 1, I was half asleep and didn't realize what I saw until afterward, and 2, I didn't go back to be nosy about it. But on to the update. He proposed 3-3. He had originally planned on proposing during that trip since we were traveling with our photographer friend. Completely unrelated trip, so I wouldn't have expected it either way. But my best friend had pointed out that my nails weren't done, shout out to her, but I also wouldn't have cared either way, so he decided to hold off. As I had mentioned, he was going to be away for work for a total of about a month. So, as some had warned, there is no side chick, although if that ever changes, I'll let y'all know LOL. He was traveling with the ring since we had a couple of small getaways planned in between his work schedule. and he ended up proposing the next weekend while we were completely alone. It was perfect. I'm a strong believer in the universe and everything happening for a reason. The ring is beautiful, and I could not be happier. I even found the perfect rock during this trip that I will cherish forever. Thank you all for the kind comments and encouragements. This man treats me like a princess, and I am so very excited to spend the rest of our lives together. He is truly something special, and I plan to give him the world for the rest of my days 3. So happy I could give you all a positive update. As some had mentioned, it felt like a breath of fresh air to read a lighthearted story on here. Comments: Brooklyn Buds, I love a happy ending, and I also believe the universe works the way it wants, even if we don't know why. Congratulations to y'all.